Hey, family, welcome to Keep It Raw. My name is Ravel. Thank you for coming. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you have subscribed, make sure you hit that notification button so you get these messages. And so, to have a successful relationship in this hour, at this time, during this period on the planet, you're going to have to get your emotions in order. You're going to have to get your feelings in order, and you're going to have to get your attitudes in order. And so, I'm going to go over how to do that today. How do you get your emotions, your feelings, and your attitudes in order? Because without it, a relationship is almost impossible. And your attitude is pretty much just your school of thought. It's your outlook, how you see things. It's a combination of what you learn, what you believe, and what you experience. And you have to understand everybody didn't have the same experience that you had. And so your attitude is going to be different, but it do need to be relatable. Keep that in mind. You can't have one of those bizarre attitudes and everything have to revolve around you. Because when you have a bad attitude, that's when you go into the moves. So I'm going to break it down because relationships are made up not just as its own entity, but it's made up of people. And each person involved is made up of attitudes, emotions, feelings, and a combination of their history, their beliefs, and different things. So relationships are miraculous. And that's why God created them and he have to be in them. Without God, you just have a connection. When you have a relationship that don't have God, you have just a connection. And you're going to have to consider who's the connector. Because it said, who God have joined together, let no man cast asunder. But there's another element in the play here. So every relationship is not necessarily the one that God intended. And so you're going to have to begin to look and see what relationship God intended for you. But let me dive right into the whole thing with the emotions. Because keep in mind, you have emotions, which is a natural reaction. The feelings is a knee-jerk reaction from your emotions. Understand that. And then when you get into those feelings and you allow it to be unchecked, that's where the moves come from. So you have moves, you have feelings that go the wrong route, then you have emotions. The emotions is what they are. But you can begin to rewire all of that. And that's what this is about, learning to channel your emotions and arrest your feelings. But keep in mind, if you was raised spoiled and want things your way when you was a kid, you're going to be even worse when you become an adult. And so some people are like, it have to be my way. I want it this way. Well, that's because it have a lot to do with their past. They was allowed to have their way and get away with stuff. And now in a relationship, they don't even know how to apologize for anything. They don't know how to step aside and let someone else get ahead. It always have to be around them. You can't be in a relationship with somebody like that. And if you're the person that's like that, you're going to have to get your act together. It's terrible being with somebody that everything, every circumstance, every mood, every situation have to revolve around how they feeling. You're not going to keep a person because nobody have time for all of that. You're going to have to begin to understand a relationship is two people joined together as one and doing what's best for that union, not just for you. Feelings take away from the real issue and concerns. So when a person getting their feelings, you need to deal with emotions. That's a reaction in your body that take place because of something just happened, and what happened is determined by how you see it and view it and feel about it. And so something happened to you, your body have a reaction. Okay, you have to channel those emotions and arrest the feelings that come from them. It's a little pause there. Now what? Now feelings jump in and do all the rah, rah, rah and ready to shoot or hit somebody, put hands on them, and you don't know if it was a mistake. You don't know if the person intended to. And so feelings, again, is the knee-jerk reaction. It's the knee-jerk reaction. And so keep that in mind. You have to begin to arrest the feelings. The emotions, you can start rewiring your emotions by going back in what you believe. It goes back to maturing. It goes back to what you experience. It goes back to what you have learned and so forth and been passed down. So at some point, you got to sort through things that your parents passed on to you. And that's why some people feel the same way their parents feel because they never evolved outside of that. And they look at things the same way. And so you don't have to look at things the same way. That's why when Christ come, he said you have to be born new. You're not born of the flesh, you're born of the spirit, because you have to be totally renewed in the spirit of your mind. Your whole attitude become new. Old things are passed away. Behold, everything has to become new. So you don't think just like mama did. You don't think just like daddy did. You have to become new. In a relationship, you have to be willing to evolve into greater depths and greater heights and greater understanding. Because if you still acting like you was when you was 5 years old or 18 years old or 6 years old, and so you have grown men still acting like kids. You have grown women still acting like little girls. So to control your feelings, you must arrest your thought process from the emotions or what you're feeling, your body, internal feelings, emotions. You have to arrest the feelings and the thought process that come from that. Because if you don't arrest the thought process, you're going to go into your feelings and you're going to go into actions. And those actions is what's destroying the relationships. You feel me on that? So you have to begin to rest. And to rest your feelings, that means you have to first apprehend it. That means you have to take hold of it. You have to detain it. Meaning you have to begin to wait. When you feel something within, process. Whether count 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, or you have to step back and say, wait a minute, what just happened? What just happened? And some people say, you know what, hold me back. Somebody, and they want somebody to hold them back because they're ready to snap off. That's actually a good thing that you're able to think for a moment. Wait a minute, somebody just did this, or this person just did that. This person just did something wrong to me. Think on it. Sometimes you may need to walk away. And some people want to argue. They want to fight right now. They want it to go down now. And the best thing is to chill and let your thoughts process, work through your emotions and so forth. So you have to apprehend your feelings, arrest your feelings, detain it, to control it. Because you can't lock a person up if you don't catch them, right? So you can't say, I'm going to put handcuffs on a situation or a person that committed a crime or caused you some harm. You can't put handcuffs on them and take them to jail without first apprehending them. So there have to be a time where you have to actually catch that person and then put handcuffs on them, then take them to jail, and then let that process go. You feel me? So the same with your feelings. You have to detain, you have to apprehend, you have to catch them first. Because the Bible said, be angry and sin not. So anger is a natural emotion, but then when you become angry, you have to process and arrest the feelings that come from that. Somebody did something that disappoints you. You have to, that's okay to be disappointed. That's okay to be angry. It's okay to feel mad. It's okay to feel depressed for a moment. It's okay to feel all these different things. What you do after that is where the problem come in. So in relationships, you're going to have a lot of different things take place, a lot of disappointments. You're going to have frustrations. You're going to get angry. It's what you say and what you do following that is what destroy relationships. And so soft answer turns away wrath. So be careful to not use fire with fire. So it's okay you're angry. Understand I'm angry. It's okay to say it. Learn to start saying what you're feeling. That, okay, I'm very upset right now. Or I'm very disappointed right now. That, okay, I'm ready to snap off right now. Whatever it may be, say it and allow your brain chance to process it. And it's going to let you know, I should do this. And then your feelings going to say, no, don't do that. React. Don't respond. React. No, you can respond, but you don't need to react because it says be angry and sin not. So be angry, but don't react to the anger. Process it. And then decide what is the best route to deal with this. And that don't mean it have to be today. It don't mean it have to be tomorrow. But it means arrest the emotions. And some of you get feelings and you want to throw stuff. You want to fight. You want to say stuff verbally to injure a person. And once words come out your mouth, you can't take them back. They're out there to the universe. And so you say stuff that hurt people. And you're going to have to stop doing that because you can say one thing that hurt a lady and that may destroy the trajectory of your whole relationship. You can say something to disrespect a man and that may be the beginning of the end. Because when you disrespect a man, he see there's no respect for him. At some point, he's looking for an exit door. And that door eventually going to come with, it's going to be an exit sign that's glowing real bright. Exit, exit, exit. Same way with the lady. At some point, she's not going to sit there and continue to deal with the abuse, verbal, and different things of that nature. So you have to begin to work together. Learn to channel your emotions and arrest your feelings and sort through your attitudes, why you feel the way you feel. Because you feel a certain way don't mean that's right. And I know I've heard people say your feelings is going to tell you the truth to you. They truth to you, but they're not truth to the whole world. And so you have to begin to sort why you feel the way you feel. And that's why therapy is needed at times. That's why spiritual counsel is needed. That's why going to God is needed. And so you have to be taught differently. So if you're one of those, go back to your past and begin to sort things out. If you was one of those that was neglected and you didn't have a lot of love, it's going to be hard for you to receive love. If you one of those that can't accept redirection because your parents didn't redirect you, allow you to do whatever you wanted to do, and now you think in your relationship, if a person don't let you do what you want to do, that you don't count that as love. You think that's hate. And some people ruin relationships because this person is just not right. Because they didn't let you have your way. And so you're done with them. And that was probably the person of your life, the person of your dream. That's why God can't bring the person to you that he wants, because your attitudes is in the way, your feelings is all in the way, and your emotions is out of whack. And how you get your emotions in whack? By going back and sorting through your worldview, your perspective on things, because a lot of times the way you see things is not right. In your relationships, the arguments, when a relationship failed, that's because two people involved in the relationship failed to be able to make the adjustments. And so if you're going to have a long relationship, you're going to have to stop acting to your feelings. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to go get some air. It's okay. And begin to sort things out and learn to pick your battles. Every battle is not to be fought, and every battle is not going to be won. And so you're going to have to learn to pray and trust God to work some things out. You see something not right, it's no mean respond or to react. You can respond, but to respond may be to pray. To respond may be to wait on God. Everything can't be, you did this to me, I'm finna do that to you. You hit my cat, I'm gonna kill your dog. That's not the way it works.